Good evening. Hope all of you are doing well, right? It's nice to see you all who are joining live here as well as watching the recording of this for our launch, the start of CL1 Advanced Audit and Assurance program targeting this 2025 December program. So students, this is, I would say, the last chance that you all will get to do CL1 Advanced Audit and Assurance under the existing syllabus. The syllabus which was started in the year 2020 and going ahead for more than 5 years right now will come to an end on this coming December. Students, so this is the golden opportunity for the people who are willing to do this, right? People who are, I would say, like to complete their examinations. This year itself, the golden and one of the most important opportunities that all of you get to do this exam. Once and for all, get it done and dusted. Students, we at Infinity welcome you all once again. I am your lecturer, Nilendra Vithanage. Some people would know me, some people may not know me, right? So for the benefit of the people who don't know me, students, I am a fellow chartered accountant, FCA, and a member of CASriLanka from the year 2020. Now it's almost about 15 years of my CA career. And also students, I am a lecturer for auditing subject at CA. From the business level to the corporate level to the strategic level, the auditing, the corporate governance, ethics I have done. We have produced many prize winners over the years, right, in terms of CASriLanka examinations, in terms of auditing subject, and the vast experience we bring in through working in audit firm as well as in the commercial sector. Because students, most of the subject matters are relevant to the audit firm as well as commercial sector as well. You can have audit firm experience and as well as people who are working in commercial sector organization. That blend, the mixture has to be there. So coming from both the backgrounds, as well as being a partner in an audit firm as well as commercial sector, bringing in those blended knowledge will help you out in achieving the best examination results, including a prize for the examination. And also students, I myself is a member of CIMA UK as well as I did my basic degree, the bachelor's degree from the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura in financial management, and I did my master's in economics from the University of Colombo. And professionally I'm a banker, and also lecturing is my passion, as well as I'm doing some podcasts, right, in social media. You guys would have seen in YouTube. We do a lot of financial literacy programs, educating people from the knowledge that we have obtained. So it's basically about myself and Infinity. You all would have heard Infinity, one of the leading institutes in terms of CA education. Quality lecturers. If you see the lecture panel, Infinity is the place to go, right? So with all these students, your selection is good. Just to tell you why CL1 Advanced Audit and Assurance should be completed this time itself. Students, this subject fully driven by standards, right? CL1 Advanced Audit and Assurance. I will come to the presentation of the format just to give you an idea what you got to do in the coming next 5 to 6 months. Students, this subject is driven by standards. You have Sri Lanka auditing standards to study. You have standards on ethics, SLAUS on one side, Sri Lanka auditing standards, as well as you have ethics, ethical standards, right? Code of ethics is there, corporate governance is there, which you have to learn, standards on assurance engagements, the related services you have. So all these fine points with regard to standards, we will be teaching you using mind maps, using, I would say, a lot of descriptive knowledge we will be giving you, right? That's the kind of assurance that we give you with regard to theory. Students, theory from the basic to the end we will teach you. And while you are doing that, students, do not hesitate. Some of you may be doing full-time studies. Some of you will be going to universities right now, doing studies full-time. Some of you may be working in an audit firm at the moment. Some of you may be working in the commercial sector. We know that at Infinity. So therefore, this program is tailored in such a way, whatever your knowledge in auditing, even you did auditing in executive level, business level, or even you did your auditing in AAT, doesn't matter, students. We start from the very scratch. Every standard will be taught to you from the very basic scratch. From the basic, we will be teaching you the standard. So therefore, whatever your knowledge, your level of knowledge at AAT, executive level, business level is irrelevant for you, because students, we are teaching you from the beginning the standard. So even you are coming from university, studying full-time, or maybe if you are working in an audit firm, or maybe commercial sector students, non-audit, no problem at all. You can learn from the beginning. There is a myth which spread by some people that auditing can be done effectively by the people who are working in an audit firm. That's a pure myth, right? For other people, it's difficult. There is a mythological statement that has been spreaded. That is a pure myth. Ask from the people who have come to our classes, students. Sometimes our prize winners were the students who were at the university. Some were doing in the corporate sector, right? Some from the audit firms. So mix of prize winners we had, right? So therefore, if you are working in commercial sector, if you are working in university, if you are studying at the university, doesn't matter, students. Our program is structured in such a way, any of you, whatever your background, whatever your level of knowledge, you can learn from the beginning. No problem at all, right? So therefore, our program is done in that way, right? Even the toughest examination points, toughest learning outcomes will be taught to you from the beginning. So our discussions are driven through learning outcomes, right? How lengthy your standard is. Now, some standards, if you take the auditing standard book, will run for some 30-40 pages, or maybe even more than that. Some standards, if you take the auditing standard book, Sri Lanka Auditing Standard, SLA US, it will be running towards some 30-40 pages. But at your exam, only few learning outcomes will be tested by the examiner. So students, our videos are developed in such a way, we are teaching you the exact learning outcome. So at the exam, easily you can refer those learning outcomes to your studies. So refer the learning outcome to the study. So likewise, in a very methodical manner, for everyone to effectively learn, our program is structured. Okay, so that's the way, students, I learned when I was doing chartered accountancy, right, some years back. But still, those methods that we used are relevant for all of you to also learn. And myself, students, being a student some time back like you, I was not a kind of a student who is so bright. But I used the examination techniques to deliver best, right? So I use a lot of examination techniques, the mind maps, right, the short notes, right, different ways of learning things. I used it. I will help you out with those learning techniques for you all to learn this effectively. So that support we will give you, right? So that's one thing. And the other thing, students, I wanted to tell you, the program will be run in English language, and also time to time, right, we will here and there will use Sinhalese, but the program will be running on English, right? And we will do a lot of questions for you to get yourself prepared for the exam. A lot of question discussions will be there, past paper discussions, model question discussions, the mock exam discussions. Those are also there. So, comprehensive coverage of theory as per the syllabus, as per the standards will be done. And also, students, thereafter, towards the exam, about 2 months, 3 months to the exam, we are starting our questions discussions. So questions discussions will be purely targeting at the exam question. So we will help you to write that perfect examination answer that the examiner will give you the full marks. So ask from the students who have done the exam previously with us, their success stories. We write down answers. We do not just tell you what this is, this and that. We will guide you. We will write down the answers with you for you to make sure you are prepared for the exam. Right? We will continuously write down the answers. How much time it takes, right? We will make sure you write down the best exam answer for the exam, because you can learn theory. But if you are unable to convert that to an examination answer, students, that's an area where you will find it difficult. So we will support you in that sense as well. So we will help you out writing the best examination answer for the exam. That's another promise that we are giving to you, right? And also students, at Infinity, we have a very good team, right? Our team is so much student friendly. You can anytime you can make any query, ask the things from our team. Team will help you out with. And on the other side, students, if you find any area which is difficult, you have our contact numbers. I will share you my contact. My contact number will be shared within the groups. They will help you out. Get yourself into Infinity driven WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups. Through that, students, you will start discussions on these student topics, right? So those will be there. So auditing standards, corporate governance, ethics, audit on related areas, other engagements, all will be done. On the other hand, students, your syllabus will be containing a lot of stuff with regard to the digital, right? Computerized auditing, digitalization, those areas are also there. So since I am an advocate of the digital, right? Digital areas like I would say artificial intelligence, robotic process automation, then machine learning, these areas, cloud accounting, we will help you out to learn very effectively, right? That support will also given to you by us for you to learn this in a methodical manner. So what are the expectations from you? What are the expectations from you? Students, I know most of you will be doing very time pressured, target driven jobs, right? Most of you are working in commercial sector. Some of you will be working in audit firms. Some of you will be learning full time, right? You are doing university exams, this and that. So everyone, very important, you have to follow this course from the beginning. That's a mandatory must thing that you got to do. Follow the course from the beginning, Lamai. Follow the course from the beginning. Weekly our videos will be uploaded. Infinity team weekly will upload the videos. So these videos you got to follow weekly. Students, 5 months, 6 months worth of content that we do, it's very difficult for you to do at the last moment in the last week. Last week to the exam, if you keep that to studies, students, it's really difficult. But if you methodically follow from now onwards until the next 4-5 months, easily you can get through this exam. When we do the questions, you will find out how easy these examination questions to answer. These are not rocket science questions, right? These are not A-level physics or combined maths type questions. These are very easy questions that any one of you with the kind of average level of knowledge you can answer, right? So one request from myself for all of you is that follow these lectures from the first week itself, methodically follow. You can watch these recordings again and again. Recordings can be watched again and again towards the exam as well, but follow it methodically. Number 1. Number 2, when we start the questions discussions, students, you also got to write down answers with us. Questions and answering has to be done by you all. Questions and answering has to be done by you all, because that's where the cutting edge will come to you at the time of writing down the answers for the exam, right? Then the other support I need, make down all the notes. When I'm telling you to write down the notes, the mind maps I do on the board, do those, write down those on your notebook. The study pack, CASriLanka study pack on advanced audit and assurance, purchase that from the beginning. Study pack should be with you. Study pack should be with you. Tutorials will be uploaded by us. Those tutorials will be there at the portal itself for you to download. Tutorials will be there. But students, study pack, purchase from the beginning. Purchase from the beginning. The study pack should be with you, right? Because the examiner's scope is coming in the study pack. Very important, right? So that's another requirement that you all have to have. And the other thing, students, right, which you need to have is practice these questions. That when we do these questions, you got to practice one after the other, right? Questions continuously you got to practice. That's an important thing. So do that, everybody. Right? You got to do it. In the meantime, right, students, remember, when you are a professional examination students like this subject, these are practical papers. Whatever you learn here, you can apply at the business, like the fraud prevention, internal controls, like gathering audit evidence, audit reporting. These are practical things, practically applied at the workplace. So therefore, everyone, these things you got to learn from a sense of open mind, right? Where you open up the mind always to gather as much as possible points from us during the course, right? So that's basically about what you got to do towards achieving the best results at the exam. So keep in mind to yourself, right? Keep to your mind, this time itself I will get through this. No second chances. I will get through this paper this time itself, right? And on the other hand, students, remember always, if you get through this, it's only the strategic level that is left. You are almost there, right? Strategic level is the next. So you all can get yourself qualified if things go well within 1 year. 1.5 years is the max. Within 1 to 1.5 years maximum, you all can get qualified. Remember that. Remember that. Keep that in your mind. If you have that sort of a target in your mind, hey, I can get qualified within 1 year, you can work. So coming 5 to 6 months, there can't be any time wasters. You can't have time wasters. Time wasters like students kind of just scrolling down your social media feeds, just hanging out with friends for no reason. Can't have time wasters, students. The way I put during my time to the examination, students, even at the bus itself, I studied. Even while traveling at the public transport, I studied, students. I did that. At that time, I only had my books, but right now you have the video recording as well, right? Right now you have the video recording, my dear students. So because of that, everyone, remember, you can do your best. You can do your best. So therefore, remember, we are there to help you out. So from your end, at least per day, 3 hours of study time has to allocate. That's a max. That's a must, right? 3 hours of study time. I'm telling all this very first day today because students, you got to do that. 3 hours of study time, right? That's quite an ask, right? It's quite an ask, but you got to do that. 3 hours of study time, minimum you got to do, right? Commit yourself the way that it's the end of the world. Imagine it's the end of the world. Put your 100% effort. 3 hours per day study time you got to do. Remember, students. So on the other side, from I would say as a perspective of commitment, 3 hours per day, that 100% commitment has to be there. Students, I am telling all these things in the very first day, because if you do those, easily you can achieve your examination success. Otherwise, it is a bit of a task, right? You remember, because remember students, you have your university work, you have your office work, and in the meantime you have to study, you have to balance out your family, right? If you are married already, if you have kids, then you have to balance out your family. So a lot of work you got to do. Balancing out you have to do. So at that time, start early the studies with a lot of time available per day for you to study. Then you are free, right? Continuously, weekly you go to study. Very important. Right? So how is your paper? How is your paper, students? Students, your paper, hope you all can see. Your paper has 3 sections. CL1, Advanced Audit and Assurance, your paper, my dear students, you have 3 sections. Section 1 is a multiple choice questions section. Right? As per the 2020 syllabus, your paper section 1 is a multiple choice section. Multiple choice questions, you have 10 questions giving you 2 marks each. 10 questions, 2 marks each, 20 marks for that section 1, multiple choice questions. These multiple choice questions, students, I am giving you an idea, a glimpse. We are discussing them in detail when we are doing questions. These multiple choice questions will be an area where you can start up your paper quickly and gather 16 to 18 marks easily. Right? Multiple choice questions, MCQs, is an area where you can gather 16 to 18 marks easily, which will give you the kickstart for your paper. Alright, spark එක දෙනවා paper එකට. It will give you the kickstart for your paper when you start up properly. So MCQs can come from different areas in the syllabus. Can come from maybe from audit planning, maybe from gathering audit evidence, maybe from ethics, maybe from corporate governance, maybe from digitalization. From any area it can come. And you have to select only one answer, MCQ. One of the tricky areas in MCQs in CL1, Advanced Audit and Assurance, is, students, you may have several answers which can be correct. Several answers, let's say 4 answers are there. Out of that, 2 to 3 answers which are correct for the given scenario. But you got to select, in this case, the most appropriate answer. You have to select the most appropriate answer, students. That's the beauty of answering in CL1, Advanced Audit and Assurance. You got to select what? Most appropriate answer. So there are certain answering techniques you got to follow to remove the answers which are not relevant and select the best answer, most appropriate answer. So we will be teaching you that. That's a skill, right? Selecting the most appropriate answer is a skill, lamai. For that we will be training you. So there are 10 multiple choice questions which will give you 2 marks. So 20 marks altogether. We will be helping out you with the MCQ, selecting the most appropriate answer. That's section 1. Students, section 2 in your paper is a small case scenario. Small case scenarios where 4 questions will be there having 10 marks each. 4 questions with 10 marks, 40 marks allocated there. Small cases, small case study type questions are there. So here again, several areas in the syllabus like internal controls and test of controls, gathering audit evidence, or maybe audit reporting, right? Assurance engagements, non-assurance engagements, those can be tested in section 2. Section 2 tests you that. And your section 3, lamai, is large case scenarios where 2 questions with 20 marks each. 2 questions with 20 marks each. 40 marks. 2 questions with 20 marks. 40 marks for section 3. So MCQs, 10 questions into 2, 40, so 20. Small cases, 4 questions into 10 marks, 40. Large scenario, 2 questions into 20, 40 marks. So there are certain examination answering techniques are there where you have to master. Answering techniques are there. Where sometimes students, if you just go and without any strategy, if you answer, to answer section 3, section 3 is coming at the latter part of the paper. Section 3 comes at the latter part of the paper. So section 3, sometimes students, you got to answer in such a way where if you in a traditional way, in a normal way, if you answer, you may run out time to answer section 3. Right? If you do the traditional way of answering, starting from the beginning and then eat up some time at the middle of the paper, and if you leave section 3 to answer at the end, sometimes you may run out of time to answer 2 questions of 20 marks each, 40 marks. That's why some students run out of time at section 3. So we will give you examination strategies to remove that threat from you. We will remove that threat from you of time management issues. We will help you out with managing your time effectively. Because we can tell you these students, because these were applied by us. Right? We have applied this during our time in examination. These are success stories of us, right? We've also went through this, and we can guide you to achieve examination success because we also applied this. Because we never went on some students just with poor guidance, some students just will go and answer here and there. But we will answer paper with a strategy. Is CL1 Advanced Audit and Assurance paper has to be, students, answered with a strategy. This has to be answered with a strategy, right? That's why even sometimes the students who are not good at auditing at the business level comes to our classes, do the best. So because we are answering with a proper strategy to the paper. So that's one thing that we do, right? And the other thing, students, we got to remember is that your paper is an action verbs driven paper, right? Your paper is what? Your paper is an action verbs driven paper. What is action verbs driven paper? You have certain words asked by the examiner to answer in that way. In certain questions, examiner may tell you, state 5 examples of this. He may again say, discuss this. He may say, analyze this, discuss, state, list. He will say, elaborate. He will say, I would say, draw, discuss, analyze, state, list. In the question, he may give you that action verb. Your exam is purely an action verbs driven paper. Action verbs driven paper. So for a place where you got to analyze, no point of stating the things. Analyze, you got to analyze it. Identify pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages, how it comes, relate to the auditing standard, relate to the accounting standard, relate to the ethics standard. You got to do that. Analysis has to be done, comprehensive. So for a place where examiner tells you in the action verb to analyze, no problem and going and stating. Analyze කරපු දැනට කරලා ළමයි state කළා හරියන්නේ නැහැ. For a place where analysis needed, you got to analyze. Right? If we ask you to list, examiner may sometimes say, list these points. List කිව්වොත් list කරන්න ඕන. One after the other bullet points you got to list. That's listing. ඒක ළමයි listing. You got to list that. So our examination techniques will help you out to answer according to the action verbs. We are helping you out to answer according to the action verbs. Sometimes common pitfall, common issue with regard to some of the students who are misguided is that they don't answer according to the action verbs. So we help you out in that. This is not rocket science. This is not rocket science. These were things which we learned. And during when I did chartered accountant students, in our kind of gang, right? You all have inner circles, no? Inner circles, right? I had 7 of my friends who all became chartered accountants. Out of that 7, 4 are working in Sri Lanka, 3 are abroad. So we all became chartered accountants because of the examination techniques we have applied, right? And also all 7 of us, no one got down in any paper. First shot we passed. Some became prize winners, right? So that's because of students, the techniques that we used. Any student can just go through the study pack, just go through the standards and just identify and analyze the theory. But answering the correct paper is the mastering skill students. Okay, so we are help you out. And in our classes, students, we don't waste your time. We don't waste your time by telling all those walpals and all these, what you call, useless stories, students. We are related to passing our exam because we don't have time to waste, because like my time is important, we value your time as well. We value your time because you also are people who are doing a job which is very valuable. So we have a respect on your time. We don't waste your time, right? So we support you on the correct way. We teach you in that way, right? So that's something we do. So that's basically, those are the things that I wanted to tell you. So here there is a kind of one big document that I have given you, which will give you an idea what are the things you got to do. I will share that with you all. What are the things that you got to do? What are the must things that you got to do to pass the exam? These are things that I wanted you to do. So CL1, Advanced Audit and Assurance. Students, just to sum up, wrap up the things, it's Advanced Audit and Assurance Lamai. It's not just Audit and Assurance, it's the pinnacle of Audit and Assurance. So you have selected the right place to study CL1 and right lecturer to study CL1. Because students, I am telling this, producing numerous prize winners. Me myself is a fellow chartered accountant, and also we are in the industry commercial sector, as well as with the audit firm background. The combination of knowledge, we will give you the best knowledge. So that particular support we are giving you, which can be used to become the masters in Advanced Audit and Assurance. And in the meantime, students, mock exams will be there, paper discussions will be there. Weekly, the Infinite team will upload the videos. Weekly, you can follow. In the meantime, you can have our numbers. Anytime if you have any issues, examination support, career support, subject support, we are here to help you out. So buy Advanced Audit and Assurance study pack, keep it with you, watch the videos regularly, participate in the classes. You will get through the exam effectively and easily, right? So the way that we passed CL1, the auditing papers, we will make sure that you will also pass the exam without any problem. The guarantee that we give you, whatever your background, you have whatever the knowledge level yours is irrelevant to us, whether you are coming from a university background, commercial sector, audit firm, regardless, students, you can pass the exam if you are with us. So thank you very much, students, for joining today for the introductory session on CL1. This is the last chance for all of you to do CL1. Once and for all, Advanced Audit and Assurance can be done and dusted if you put the effort this time. So take into your mind, this is the time that you are making a change in your life. So take responsibility for your future. because the responsibility of our life's future is resting on us. It's our responsibility to make it happen. I know all of you are capable of it because you came up to this length, because you have the knowledge, because you are people with courage and determination. So from the beginning, let's do it. All the best to all of you students, because you all are very good, very bright students. So we will guide you to make and pass this CL1 Advanced Audit and Assurance. So everybody, thanks again, and we will continue this program until your exam, and we will make sure you are successful. So keep in touch with us students. Be in line with Infinity Telegram group, WhatsApp channel, Infinity Facebook page, Infinity YouTube channel, TikTok, whatever. Stay in touch and we'll do a better thing. Thank you very much. Have a nice week. Thank you.